Welcome back to Men's Inner Health with Mark Randall. The last couple of episodes I've been talking about the emotional self and how the old male ego, stoic, independent, we don't rely on anybody, we tend to shut down. Our emotional health will poke its head up out of the rabbit holes, those good old rabbit holes. And as far as I'm concerned, those parts of ourselves, the emotional side of ourselves, that we've pushed down those rabbit holes, I believe each one of those needs healing. It's remarkable, really. You know how, I don't know about you, but I couldn't wait to hit 18 and, oh, thank God childhood's over and it's all gonna, it's a new world, brand new world. Well, guess what? That was not true at all. It's really fascinating how life, it just continually, perpetually can always re-trigger a lot of old hurts. And the journey, the inner journey of men's inner health is to look at working with our emotional brains, working with our vulnerable self, working with our spiritual self, because I do believe we men do have a spiritual self within us. And in sessions I call that with men is that, it's that the spirit, our inner spirit is our inner spirit warrior that resides deep within. It's pretty powerful. It's unconditional love that comes out to our partners, to our children, to our family, mums and dads, etc., etc. But it's really interesting that spirit warrior doesn't always come out to ourselves. It goes to everybody else, but it never goes to ourselves. But the emotional side of ourselves that is hurting, the thinking brain is just going to keep ruminating it, grinding the gears over and over and over and over. The thinking brain, we men love lists. And the restlessness, sitting around doing jack shit, doing nothing. Oh God, the restlessness is intolerable. Got to be doing something. But that list can also be a healthy distraction. I'm not saying it isn't, but it's also a distraction away from facing the emotional stuff that's coming up out of the rabbit holes. I describe, it's back again, and when it's back, what's it wanting? It's wanting attention. I always believe that, when the stuff's coming up out of the rabbit hole from way back, it might have been, if we can timeline this sort of stuff, and that would be a good exercise. And if there are exercises you want me to look at, please, make a list of things. But we can timeline some of these hurts. It might have happened when we were 4, might have happened when we were 8, it might have been the first love of the girl we had the crush on, but she didn't reciprocate the crush and we're bloody heartbroken. I'm embellishing it, but you get the gist. Now, that part of us may not have got what it needed back then. What we needed back then was love. What we needed back then was reassurance, support, but we didn't get it. Ouch, that hurts. But what we're doing is we are, as men, we're repeating the pattern. When that part of ourselves, when that hurt comes up out of the rabbit hole, it's there to be healed. For us to learn to love it, to give it the love that it never got. And that, as we will journey through this, that space in ourselves that can give it that love is that spirit warrior within ourselves. That place can learn to bring loving kindness, self-compassion to that vulnerable part of us that perhaps didn't get it back then. I think it's Jung that talked about the subconscious mind is always trying to become conscious, and in the journey of trying to become conscious, it can be quite tumultuous, and it is painful. And we don't deep dive off the 10-foot diving board into these painful points. We work at it gently and gradually. It's like eventually when I get better at doing this stuff, I'll put the model head heart model up on the board. There is, in the right hand chamber of the heart, there's a dot with circles around it, and it's like doing a layer. We might do a layer by a layer by a layer until we get to the point where we can surrender that hurt into the depth of our spirit warrior, into that beautiful spirit space within ourselves, to be able to let it go, to stop overthinking it, to stop overanalyzing it. And there's another, I think there's another one, analysis paralysis. We men are very good at overanalyzing, overthinking. And the more we overthink, the brain's like startup RAMs. We might only have 10 gigs in there, but the more we're overthinking it, my God, you're maxing it out. You're crashing the system, and when the system crashes, glunk. Where we are back to funk and glunk. That's sad. We're not overtly bad, but the motivation's there. We're not running on all 6 cylinders or 8 cylinders or 12 if we love a bit of power. How do we just stop? How do we start taking care of our inner health? Because the journey through our inner health, into our inner health, is the gift of our well-being. And in this world, the more we can sit in that well-being within ourselves, the more we can share it with others. That's the journey of men's inner health. Let's go there. Let's, as men, start to accept we've got this, we need to learn the language of it, to gift it to ourselves, and then we can gift it to others. Be gentle and enjoy.